with the analyzing puzzles and games. So the example that we have here is Brianne's asking Joanne to choose any 4 days in the month of September that form a square, such as the 5th, the 6th, the 12th, and the 13th. And she tells Joanne that if you give me the sum of the 4 squares, or the 4 numbers, I can tell you what the 4 numbers are, just by the sum. So Joanne says that the 4 numbers add up to 72, and Brianne says that the calendar days are the 14th, 15th, 21st, and 22nd. So Brianne uses deductive reasoning to determine the numbers, and part of her reasoning is shown below. So what Brianne does is starts off with, let n be the smallest number. So if this is my group of numbers, for example, and my first number was 5, how do I go from 5 to 6? I add 1. So if my smallest number is n, then the other number would be n plus 1. How do I go from 5 to 12? So I take that smallest number and I add 7. And from 5 to 13, I add 8. And it's not going to matter which group of 4 numbers I do, or I choose, because it's going to have the same patterning. If I choose these 4 numbers here, I have n plus 1 plus 7 plus 8. If I choose these 4 numbers in here, if this is n, I add 1, add 7, add 8. So this deductive reasoning works for all of those possible combinations in the month. How many n's do I have altogether? How many n's? And there's 4. So there's 4 n's, and 1 plus 7 plus 8.
16.
And the sum was 72. So there's the equation. How do I solve an equation like this? So how do I get n by itself?
Take away n. Or no, that's that.
Do I want to get rid of the 4 first or the 16?
16.
And how do I get rid of the 16?
Minus 16.
And what is 72 minus 16? You guys have calculators?
No, because when you add like 10, you're adding all.
56. And how do I get rid of the 4? And what is n divided by 4? Or sorry, 56 divided by 4.
14.
So the smallest number is 14. And then n plus 1 would be 14 plus 1 is 15. 14 plus 7 is 21. And 14 plus 8 is 22. So that's an example of using deductive reasoning to answer the question. So what I want to add to your questions today is questions 1, 5, 6, and 8.
I got 4. If you change it to negative, 0 then negative.